Hey everybody, I'm Joe from My Lightroom is a Mess, and this is Let's Learn Photoshop. Today we're going to tackle the essentials of masking. Here we go. In the end, masking is a pretty simple concept. When you wear a mask, it covers part of your face and allows us to see part of your face. Similarly, any layer in Photoshop can have a mask, which allows us to see part of the layer or not see other parts of the layer. Here I have a blank document. I'm just going to create a very basic layer. We're going to create an object layer with a rectangle. Here it is, and we've got a fill that's black. That's totally fine. So we discussed in a previous video that there are 5 types of layers, shapes just being one of them, and in this respect they all work the same. Any layer can have a mask. Now, shape layers do not come in with a mask, but you can easily solve that. At the bottom of the right panel, you'll see the masking button, which is that rectangle with a circle. With this layer selected, I can click on it and it adds a mask, and you'll see nothing has changed. The reason for that is that this mask comes in pure white, and if we see all of the layer, that must mean that white in a mask represents the parts of the layer that you can see. Similarly, black, the opposite of white, must represent the areas of a layer you cannot see. And we can click on and work with masks in any number of ways. As a basic example, we have at the bottom left our foreground and our background colors. If you need those to go back to black and white, which are the default, you could press D for default or this white black button that is right here, and it will default them back to black and white. If you have black and white but you want them to switch, for instance, I want black as the foreground color, press X to toggle and you will get black as the foreground color. Now, if I was to paint with black on a layer, I'll just paint with black, but I'm actually going to select the mask, not the layer, but the mask, and grab the brush tool. Now, the brush tool always paints in the foreground color. So if the foreground color is black and I have the mask selected, when I paint, I should actually paint areas that we will no longer see in the layer. As we can see, we have the layer mask right here, and these squiggles represent the areas that we do not see in the layer, and that is exactly what happens here. Now, if we wanted to take a look at this, we could hold Alt or Option, click on a mask just to view the mask. Hold Alt or Option, click on it again to view the layer. If I switch back to white as the foreground color, that's just X on the keyboard, and then I paint with white, I can see those areas of the layer again. So the actual layer does not change. The pixels do not go away. They are fully intact. What's changing is my ability to see them. And this is a very basic example with a shape, but this is true of any type of layer. A pixel layer, a text layer, a shape layer, or an edit. For instance, let us say that I have this image here, and I want to have maybe a partial black and white. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to create, with an adjustment layer, a black and white adjustment layer. Now, adjustments are just a type of layer, and we discussed previously that that really is a genius move in the design of Photoshop. So I could click on this mask, have the brush tool, toggle for black as the foreground color, and wherever I paint will be in color. And that is an easy way of just being able to do partial black and white. A couple things that you can do. If I toggle white as the foreground color and click on the mask, I can fill with the foreground color. That's just Alt or Option and Delete or Backspace, and that will fill whatever you have clicked on with the foreground color. If I have white as the foreground color and I fill with white on a mask, the mask will be pure white. Where masking gets really creative, and where we're going to pick up in future videos, is in all of the ways that we can actually manipulate and work with masks. Let me just give you one example to wrap up the video today. I don't just have to brush in order to control a mask. What if I was to grab the gradient tool? The gradient tool allows me to draw a gradient from one color to another. If I have white and black as my foreground and background colors, I come up to the gradient at the top and look at basics, I'll always see three options. They are foreground to background, foreground to transparent, and black to white. Always those, always in that order. Well, if I have white as the foreground, black as the background, the first option will be drawing white to black, which if I draw on a mask will be the areas I see the mask to areas I do not. If I just take that and then click and drag, and I'm actually going to change this to a linear gradient, what I see is here at the bottom left, I'm in full color, and at the top right, I am in black and white, with the diamond being the halfway transition point between the two. We're going to explore a whole lot about masks in upcoming videos. This is just an introduction into the essential concept of masking. This is a good moment for me to take a little pause and mention that if you want to learn Photoshop in and out, I will be teaching a 3-part Essentials of Photoshop class with Jax and Delaware camera in February. Over the course of 3 Thursdays, February 5th, February 12th, and February 19th, I'm going to teach Essentials of Photoshop. You can sign up on their website. I'll put a link in the description. It's also at the bottom here. We're going to go over just everything you need to know to really get into and start using Photoshop. So I really hope to see you in the classroom.